Together with him is a family collective from Fire Runner Music, and I'm pleased to be joined by the three siblings, Sonia, Tamara, and Kelly. Thank you all for taking time to join me today to hear a little bit about this project that you guys have and a new song. And, Sonia, like you guys are brothers, sisters, so like how did this all start? Where did the idea come from to get together and sing?
Well, I mean, we've sung together as a family long ago, but it's been a long time in coming, this development of the three of us singing together on a project. And it all started with our dad setting aside some money for something like this 20 years ago.
Wow. Wow. And then how did it kind of like grow, evolve, and now it's like, okay, now you're actually like being able to do it 20 years later. Like, Kelly, what did that look like?
Well, it was good to finally wrestle this project into an action plan. I remember Sonia and I meeting together, and we weren't really trying to make a plan for how we were going to get it done, but it's after, I don't know, we were probably talking for about an hour and a half, and finally it just became clear, okay, if we're going to do this thing for the 100th anniversary celebration of our arrival in Canada on September 1st, which my dad had wanted everybody to get together for that. I thought, we've got to get this project finally done after 20 years of him waiting for this project to get done. And so we realized Father's Day weekend was the only time I had, and we called the producer that we thought we should try, kind of narrowed it down to Josh Parkman being our producer out of Regina, and all of a sudden we had a plan. And it was amazing to finally do this thing after 20 years of feeling like, ugh, just can't seem to get this thing done.
Yeah, and maybe Tamara, can you touch on that a little bit? Like that maybe sigh of relief, the excitement, like everything that you guys were thinking and feeling and just being like, okay, like now this is like actually here. It's not just a plan or like something that we should do. It's done.
Well, I was really excited that we found dates that worked, and I could make it work on my end as well, because I live in Moose Jaw and I was busy organizing the big family event. And so we really wanted to honor our grandfather's legacy. And because faith is so significant in our family, we knew the song that we wrote together had to um, honor that as well. And I had found this quote by Bishop Brunner. He's a current um, speaker, and he talked about how legacy is not what you achieve, but it's what you set in motion. And with our fathers setting aside the money 20 years ago, um, our great grandparents and grandfather coming to Canada 100 years ago, we felt that this was an opportunity for us to set something in motion for our own legacy and to uh, partner together as something we've dreamed about for a long time.
And kind of honoring that legacy, your collective name is really tied to that. Like that there was very a lot of intention kind of choosing that name. Sonia can maybe explain like, yeah, where the name came from.
Yeah, it came from our parents' wedding theme, which was in 1965. And they were, even in their wedding vows, they vowed to serve the church as well as just made vows to each other. And so all of a sudden, I don't know, my sister came up with that. Why don't we just call ourselves that? And I was like, oh, relief, because we were struggling with that decision too. And it's been really neat in the end because we're doing something together, which is number one, amazing. And we're doing it together with God. And really, we couldn't have done any of this without him.
And so your song is called Trust the Lord, He's Trustworthy. Kelly, after listeners hear this song, what is maybe like a theme, a message that you're hoping that they walk away with?
Well, my sister went through some really tough stuff in her early 20s, and this song is written out of some of that pain and struggle as she, I probably shouldn't be telling her story, but if you want to fill in details, Sonia, or do you want me to give it a go here? But she struggled with epileptic seizures for a season, and it really rocked her world there for a while. And this was one of the first songs that she wrote. And so I'm thinking if this song is going to be a real encouragement to you. It's kind of got two parts to it. The part that she wrote when she was in her 20s, coming out of this time of testing and difficulty with her health. And then she wrote the He's Trustworthy part here in 2025 after 20 years of, well, more than 20 years of walking with God and having more of a testimony of you can trust God, you really can. My life can testify to that. So I'm really excited about people being encouraged that you really can trust the Lord. He's trustworthy.
Yeah, Sonia, I would love if you could maybe touch on that just like from your personal experience. Like, yeah, taking something that you wrote 20 years ago, kind of finishing it up now kind of putting it out in the world, sending it as encouragement for other people as everybody is kind of going through whatever battles they're facing, whatever trials they're up against and uncertainties are kind of in their life. So what does that mean to you to, just share this encouragement from a trying time in your life?
Yeah, I guess like just going back to that time in 1993, I came home from the hospital and doing tests and all this stuff, and I just sat at the piano, and suddenly God just downloaded words, music. It started with this line, life is so uncertain. What can you expect? And then it just went to the chorus of just like, trust the Lord. He never changes. Trust the Lord. He's always there. Trust the Lord. He knows what he's doing, and you can always know he cares. And um, I, I sang it at Bible school for the closing banquet or something, and haven't really done that much with it since then. But yeah, as I was reflecting and feeling a little bit insecure, like, is this song good enough to record? It's not very long. It's not this or that. I just was sitting alone after a day of recording. Tamara had gone to a rehearsal, and Kelly had gone off with our brother-in-law for ice cream in Moose Jaw, and I had the whole house to myself. And I don't know, these words just came to me. He's trustworthy, and then just the reasons why, and then he can be trusted, and again, more reasons. And I'm just really hoping that the declaration of this just will really resonate with people who are going through hard times.
And I mean, just like watching and listening to you speak right there, like you can just see the passion, right? Like you can see like God, how he's moving in your life. And now like just that like deep desire that you're like, okay, I want this to be something used to encourage other people that are going through something. And I guess that kind of just leads into this next question. Like, Tamara, we'll start with you. Like, going through writing music and doing this with your siblings, like not only like how you guys said, like you're not just doing it together, you're doing it with God. Like, how has this strengthened your own faith?
It's been powerful because God's been faithful to download lyrics and musical ideas. And I've been learning that in my own life too, as a writer and an author, partnering with God and allowing Him to empower you, and sitting with Him and praying and asking Him for things, and He is faithful to give you the things that you need to do or to share. And we've uh, we've all walked through our own personal dark times, and when we after we recorded this song, it kept echoing over and over in my heart. And it's one of the songs I pull out when I need to remember he is indeed trustworthy. I love listening to the song. It's one of my favorites that we recorded. I love Plant Us in Freedom, but this is something I love to be reminded of.
Sometimes it's just those reminders that you've probably heard over and over again, right? But then it's like when you need it, you kind of get it hit with you at that moment. Like that's just so powerful. So, yeah, Kelly, to wrap this up, like if someone wants to follow along with all of you guys in your music journey and kind of like any new releases that you have coming up, where's the best place for them to get that information?
Well, probably going to our website, www.firerunnermusic.com will get you connected in. It also will get you connected into our newsletter, and we're excited to be also launching a podcast here soon, giving some more story behind our first song, Plant Us in Freedom, and our history as Mennonites and our family and that kind of stuff if people are interested in that. So yeah, firerunnermusic.com.
There you go. Well, thank you all for taking time to share with me about, your music, your ministry, and we're excited to see what God's going to continue to do through the ministry.
Thank you.
And thanks, Angela.
Thank you so much.